Hey guys, it's Nick from 10 Top 5, and today we are going to be taking a look at the 10 Top Coolest Cars. Coming in at number 10 is the Porsche 911. Starting at $89,400, you get a non-turbo V6 engine, producing 370 horsepower, with 0 to 60 time of 3.7 seconds, which is fairly fast for $89,000. But if you want to opt for the turbo version, you're going to be dropping an extra $100,000 to get 580 horsepower and a 2.8 second 0 to 60 time, which is much faster, but for some people, not worth the extra $100,000. But if you do opt for it, you get a much faster car that'll blow any other car out of the water. Coming in at number 9 is the Nissan GTR, the second and final car with a V6 on this list. It has a 3.8 liter V6, producing 545 horsepower base, coming with twin turbos. And you can upgrade to the Nismo edition, which has a few extra features, getting you up to 600 horsepower. But that'll raise the price quite significantly. But it starts at $101,000, and you get 545 horsepower twin turbo, like I said before. And you get a extremely fast 2.7 0 to 60 time. This is the cheapest way to get in the under 3 seconds club for 0 to 60. Coming in at number 8, we have the Knight XV. Now this car is definitely not about being fast. It weighs in at 13,000 pounds and has a 6.8 liter V10 or a 6.7 liter V8 Power Stroke engine running with diesel. The V10's running with gasoline. Now they're producing around 400 horsepower each, but the diesel has 600 pound-feet of torque, while the gasoline has around 400 pound-feet of torque. So if you want the extra torque, go with the diesel. But I'm not sure how many people are going to be able to afford this, because it's going to run you approximately $489 grand. But for some people, the $500,000 price tag is worth it, because this car is secluding you from the outside elements, as it is 100% bulletproof. The car is 100% armored, the glass is bulletproof, the metal is bulletproof, and I think the tires might even be bullet resistant, which is really interesting. So, yeah, for $489 grand, it's probably one of the best armored vehicles you could get.
The Knight XV is guaranteed to turn heads and turn away bullets.
The armored version is actually made of ballistic hardened steel.
Coming in at number 7 is the Audi R8. Now, this is usually considered as one of the most casual supercars, but the engine is definitely not casual, with a 5.2 liter V10 producing a whopping 610 horsepower. Now, this is a lot more than the GTR and a lot more than the 911, but unfortunately it's a lot heavier than both those cars. So the 0 to 60 time is 3.1 seconds compared to 2.7 and 2.8 for the GTR and the 911. The interior is much nicer though than both of those cars. It competes with the Porsche, but it's much nicer than the GTR. So the car is about $162,000, which is not bad considering how expensive the Gallardo is in comparison to the Audi R8, which is its direct competitor, as it's the other V10 supercar. Coming in at number 6 is the Mercedes SLS. Now this car is ridiculously expensive, the most expensive supercar yet, coming in at $221 grand. Now that's a lot of money for a supercar, but for a lot of people it's worth it because of the extremely stylish looks of the car and its ridiculously awesome engine with a 6.2 liter V8 producing 583 horsepower. Now again, this car is a little heavier than the GTR and the 911, so we're looking at another 3.1 0 to 60 time, but that is still incredibly fast, and I would pay that extra money just for the way the car looks and the divine interior. number 5 is the Lamborghini Aventador, Lamborghini's flagship supercar. Now, this has a heavy price tag of $400,000, but for some people that is absolutely worth it because it's a Lamborghini. Now, this car is going to blow away the SLS. It has a V12 producing 740 horsepower. It sounds amazing too. It has 0 to 60 time of 2.7 seconds, which is much faster than the R8 and the SLS, and on par with the GTR 911. But when going into higher speeds, like 100 miles per hour or more, the Aventador is going to blow away the GTR 911. So, is it worth $400,000? It's up to you. It's a lot of money, but it's such an awesome car, and it has a really nice interior too. Coming in at number 4 is the iconic Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. Now, this car is running 1,200 horsepower with an 8-liter W16 engine. Yes, that's 16 cylinders, which is absolutely absurd. So this car is going to run you $1.7 million, which is absolutely ridiculous. But for some people, they find that price worth it to get one of the fastest cars with one of the biggest engines out of any car. With that huge engine, you're going to get a 0 to 60 time in 2.4 seconds, which is one of the fastest 0 to 60 times out of any production car. So that's absolutely ridiculous. Coming in at number 3 is the Koenigsegg 1-1. Now, the name comes from its ridiculous 1-to-1 ratio, so that means 1 horsepower per kilogram. So that is the dream ratio. That is the ratio every company goes for when making a car. Well, making a supercar, except for Bugatti. They just put 1,200 horsepower in a car and hope for the best. But this makes a super agile car and a super fast car, and this car has a 5-liter twin-turbo V8 producing a whopping 1,340 horsepower with a 2.5 0 to 60 time, a little slower than the Bugatti Veyron, but it will crush the Bugatti Veyron, going at higher speeds, up to 300 kilometers per hour. But this car, all these awesome stats come at an epic price of $2.1 million. Some people are willing to pay that, some are not, but it is most likely definitely worth it. Coming in at number 2 is the Ferarri LaFerrari. Coming in at $1.416 million, you get a 949 horsepower 3.6 liter V12 assisted by a 2.3 kilowatt hour battery powering some motors that power the wheels. Yes, that's right. This is one of the first, if not the first, hybrid supercar, and Ferrari's first hybrid. So this is a huge milestone. We get to see where this goes. We get to have a supercar along with some motors assisting the car and getting some more horsepower. So this has a 0 to 60 time of 2.6 seconds, which is really fast. So yeah, this car is absolutely ridiculous. Coming in at number 1 is the Porsche 918 Spyder. Now this is Porsche's take at a hybrid supercar. So this one has a little bit of a more powerful battery with a 6.8 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery and a 4.6 liter V6. But as a V6 instead of V12 like the LaFerrari, you're getting 887 horsepower compared to the 949. But still, that is a lot of horsepower considering that it is much cheaper than the LaFerrari, coming in at 845 grand. And what's extremely impressive is that it has the fastest 0 to 60 time out of any production vehicle, 2.2 seconds. That is ridiculously fast. I hope you enjoyed our second video. We are working to get out a bunch more videos. This was Nick from 10 Top 5. I'll see you in the next one.